What is up, Man Hour Nation? Good morning. Beautiful October 9th, 2023. The Dallas Cowboys got their asses whooped last night. We got some bandwagons and it's time to jump on. We got 3 and out, trending up and trending down. We got to talk about some other stuff as well. Way or no way, Anthony Richardson out again. Imagine that. Bill Belichick fired? But first, and now, Mike's thoughts. Nathaniel Hackett got a huge win over the Denver Broncos on Sunday afternoon. The New York Jets went in there and they beat the Denver Broncos. Nathaniel Hackett was on cloud 9. He was hugging the players. He got the game ball. He was saying, "You like me now, fans? How about like that?" Like a little bit of Kirk Cousins. But the fact of the matter is, Nathaniel Hackett, you need to slow it down, baby. You need to slow it down, baby. The simple fact of the matter is you beat the Denver Broncos, one of the worst teams in the NFL. One of the worst teams in the NFL. I understand Sean Payton called you out and said you had the worst coaching staff ever. You were the worst coach ever. It turns out maybe you not have been a terrible coach. You just have a really, really bad team. But at the end of the day, you are just an offensive coordinator. At the end of the day, you are just an offensive coordinator. I understand that you beat your former team. I understand that the offense finally looked somewhat of resemblance of an offense. Repeat it. Repeat it again next week. And then maybe, just maybe, well, thinking, man, maybe Nathaniel Hackett isn't that bad of a coach. Maybe Nathaniel Hackett was overlooked. Maybe, just maybe. But probably not. Probably not. Cue that intro.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the list sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. Sure to have it at manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section as well. But most importantly, if you guys are going to miss any part of the show whatsoever, head over to that Listen tab. Click on that Listen tab. As soon as the live show is over, bada bing, bada boom, the podcast is up there. And of course, this is the only show, guys, the only NFL show that I know out there that is giving you guys clips from the show. From the live show, I break it down, put it out on the YouTubes, put it on Facebook every 3 hours. Every 3 hours, we are giving you guys some type of content, some video format content. At 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., afternoon time, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and midnight and 3 a.m., it is all coming, baby. It is all coming. But guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. We had a very, very long day yesterday. We woke up early. We did a live reaction to the Buffalo Bills versus Jacksonville Jaguars. A great game. Then we went and played some soccer, a little bit of flag football. Then we came back and live react to the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, if you guys enjoyed that, let us know, and we'll be doing it again each and every week moving forward here. But only if you guys enjoyed it. I tried my best. I tried to fill in some time. My kids were going wild and in the background. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But, guys, we do got a great show for you lined up today. It's time to jump on some bandwagons. We'll give you guys a couple bandwagons to jump on. We got 3 and out, trending up and trending down. We got way or no way. Got to talk about those Chicago Bears again. and the Kansas City Chiefs. We got to talk about both of those teams moving forward. But first, we got to welcome the man, the myth, the legend, the man that loves his Detroit Lions more than life itself, and that is Jay. Jay is in the chat. What is up, Jay? Hope you're having a grand old day, man. He says, and I quote, the 49ers and the Detroit Lions are built the same. Change my mind. So this comment just came up right as we went live, Jay. And in the back of my head, I was trying to think of how they are not the same. I'm trying to think of ways of like trying to change your mind. And when it comes down to it, I don't think you are wrong. I think that the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions are built the same. They are built off of a great defensive front. They are built off of a good running game. They have a quarterback that just doesn't mess up, right? A nice game manager. They have some playmakers on the outside. Offensive line is still a work in progress for the Detroit Lions, but they're figuring it out, right? Jay, I honestly, you might be spot on, man. I think the 49ers and the Detroit Lions are built the same. Now, the 49ers do have a little bit better of a running back. They have a little bit better wide receiver core. They have a little bit better of a defensive front. But the Detroit Lions are up and coming, and if they continue to path that they are on, we could see the San Francisco 49ers and the Detroit Lions like we saw the Cowboys and the 49ers back in the 90s, right? The winner of this game could be going to the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl year after year after year. Jay, guys, try to change my mind. Try to change my mind that the Lions are not just like the 49ers. Because I agree with Jay 100%. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you guys agree with Jay? Are the 49ers and the Detroit Lions built the same? I think they are. I think they are. So, Jay, I noticed here on the chat, you have a diamond next to your name, which means that you are a top fan. Welcome to top fan status, Jay. Definitely appreciate all the respect and loyalty that you bring to the Man Hour each and every day. In the comment section, in the live reactions, always in our posts. I love it, Jay. Thank you very, very much. He also says they will meet in the playoffs. Probably at some point. Will it be in the NFC Championship game? I don't know. Because just because the Dallas Cowboys did not perform well last night, they are still a top team in the NFC. Just because the Eagles have been playing down to their competition game after game after game, they're still a top team in the NFC, right? You still can't sleep on the Seahawks. Hell, the Rams are kind of like, what if, right? What if they can get a couple wins here or there, right? Get on the right side of those close games one time. And you still got the Green Bay Packers. Can't sleep on the Green Bay Packers. But I feel if the Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers meet sometime in the playoffs this year, it'll probably be in the second round, right? But the simple fact of the matter is we can probably expect this matchup for a long, long time to come. Barring any crazy-ass injuries, right, or some firing or quitting, like the Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers are both there. They are built to be contenders for a very, very long time. And if you are a Detroit Lions fan, I got my Adrian Hutchinson jersey right here still. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. If it's a little bit warmer in the studio, I guess like 55 degrees in here today. Half-assed tempted to turn on the heater, but it's gonna be like 90 by the end of the week. So I'm cold. I'm freezing right now. But Jay, I think you are right. You have there is no reason right now to be not hyping up your Detroit Lions. There is no reason right now, guys, that the Detroit Lions should be being slept on at all right now. The Detroit Lions are the real deal. The San Francisco 49ers are the real deal. Stop sleeping on them, guys. Stop sleeping on them. They up and coming, and they about to do some work. So with that being said, guys, let's flash back to last night. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers from last night. We had a live game thread on our Facebook page. You guys lit it up. Absolutely loved, absolutely enjoyed you guys talking back and forth. It was simply amazing to see how many people were legit blaming the refs. It was the refs' fault that this happened. It was the refs' fault that this happened. Slow it down, guys. The refs did not determine the outcome of the Dallas Cowboys game last night. Simple the fact of the matter is that the Dallas Cowboys simply shit the bed last night. Their defense could not stop the power of Brock Purdy. I have been talking down on Brock Purdy for all off season. He has a weak arm, makes bad decisions, pretty inaccurate. Last night, the last 2 games, guys, Brock Purdy has blown me out of the water. I have to recant everything that I said about Brock Purdy. No, guys, he is an elite quarterback right now. Yes, he does have a weak arm, but he acknowledges that he has a weak arm, and he doesn't try to push the ball down the field every freaking play. When the receivers are open or running 10 yards wide open, it doesn't matter how accurate you are. You just got to put it in the vicinity, and bada bing, bada boom, there's 100 yards receiving just like that. Guys, Brock Purdy is perfect for the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy is doing his thing in San Francisco. He doesn't have to be that elite quarterback. He does not have to be a top-tier, powerful arm quarterback. He has to be the game manager, and that's what he's doing, and that he is accepting that role 100%. He is accepting and understanding his role that he is a game manager. Now, at the end of the day, it all goes through CMC. It all goes through Deebo Samuels. It goes by that great defense, right? But guys, can we start putting Brock Purdy as a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? Hoffy did his top 10 quarterbacks going into week 5 last week. No mention of Brock Purdy whatsoever. It wasn't even brought up in the chat. It wasn't brought up in my thoughts. It wasn't brought up in Hoffy thoughts. Brock Purdy was just skimmed over 100%. So after last night, guys, on national television, putting up 42 points versus the Dallas Cowboys defense, they still got a really good defense. The 49ers are just that much better. Is it time to start putting Brock Purdy as a top 10 quarterback in the league? Hell, a top 5 quarterback in the league. Right now, if you look at it, he's performing better than Patrick Mahomes. He's performing better than Trevor Lawrence. He's performing better than Josh Allen. He's performing better than Dak Prescott. Jalen Hurts. Hell, if you probably go by the stats, I don't have the stats in front of me by whatsoever, Brock Purdy's probably number 2, number 3 in stats-wise. Guys, let me know in the comments. Is it time to start putting Brock Purdy as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? I need a reason not to put him up there. When you look at it, there has to be a reason not to put him up there. He keeps improving each and every week. Absolutely crazy. Now the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, good Lord. We have been speaking very high on the Dallas Cowboys all season long. Top team in the NFL, Super Bowl bound. Yes, they did lose the Arizona Cardinals week 3, but like, hey, it's because they lost Trayvon Diggs, a little shell stock, still trying to learn the offense. And then they come back and they flex on the Patriots, and the next week, boom, they get smacked down by the San Francisco 49ers. Is it time to start slowing the roll on the Dallas Cowboys? I saw my man Mike LeBlanc in the game thread there. It was before Dak Prescott threw his 1 of 3 interceptions last night, 4 total turnovers. And he flat out said it is time to move on from Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is not the answer. Get Dak Prescott out there. Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, somebody. Get somebody else in there. Dak Prescott is not the answer. And then, obviously, the wheels fell off for the Dallas Cowboys at that particular point. I think he said that about the second quarter. Whole second half, the wheels fell off the Dallas Cowboys. It was just an absolutely what is going on show, right? So to follow up with that Brock Purdy question, we got to ask this question. Is it time for the Dallas Cowboys to move on from Dak Prescott? Is it time for the Dallas Cowboys to bench Dak Prescott moving forward? Is it time for them to put in Cooper Rush? Is it time for them to put in Trey Lance? Is it time for them to trade Dak Prescott to Minnesota Vikings and bring Kirk Cousins down? Something. I'm going to answer that question for you. Dak Prescott is still a top 10 quarterback in this league. Yes, he had a bad game last night. Yes, he threw 3 interceptions. But before that, he was perfect game manager that the Dallas Cowboys are asking him to be. He had 1 interception. His completion rate was very, very high. He had good yardage. He was doing all the correct things for the Dallas Cowboys were asking them to do. Now, last night was not a showing that Dak Prescott won on national television. I'm sure all the major programs out there, First Take, ESPN, First Things First, everything that you guys are watching probably right now, the headline is probably Dak Prescott sucks. Dak Prescott sucks. It is Dak Prescott's fault. Yes, he did not look good. He looked terrible. Let's just be honest. But on that Dallas Cowboys offense, who did not look terrible? It was bad play calling. The first half, I think they had like 6 rushes. That is not what the Dallas Cowboys have been predicating on all season long. They wanted to rush the ball. They need Tony Pollard to touch the ball 17, 18 times a game. They need Deuce Vaughn to touch the ball. The simple fact of the matter is that Mike McCarthy got out-coached last night, and it all falls back on Dak Prescott because he made the bad plays. Dak Prescott, guys, is still a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He is. Jay says Brock Purdy's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I think I have to agree with you, Jay. I think I have to agree with you 100%. Brock Purdy is showing out. I think the last 2 games he has like 6 total incompletions or something crazy like that. The previous week for the Cardinals, he was 20 for 21. And then when I stopped looking at the stats about midway through the fourth quarter and started, prepping for the week, he was 20 for 26. Like, what? I mean, it helps that your receivers are running literally wide open. You have Deebo Samuel running in between the hashes, and there's nobody behind that. But whatever, it is. John is in the chat. He says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, John. Hope you had a great Week 5 weekend. Great start to your Monday morning here. And he said Dak did not look good at all. Yes, with Brock Purdy. So John thinks Brock Purdy's a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and Dak Prescott did not look very good. Did not look good. Come on, number 11, says John. I don't know who number 11 is. Who is number 11? They did steal our play, though, says Jay. Listen. That is the most complimented thing in the NFL, is when teams start stealing your plays. I was watching the Red Zone a little bit at the kids' soccer game, and I saw the New York Giants. They were doing the brotherly love push. Of course, like 5 players got hurt, but they did the brotherly love push. So, that's, of course, we're going to start seeing that in the NFL. More and more people are going to start doing the brotherly love push, right? Over and over and over. Let's flash back, 8-9 years ago, right? When the Wildcat thing became a thing. I believe it started with, I don't even know who it started with. It started with the Denver Broncos. And then the next thing, everybody and their dog is running the Wildcat. And then you had high school teams running the Wildcat. Then you had college teams running the Wildcat. And then it kind of phased out like, man, this place sucks. But it is what it is. John's got a colonoscopy this morning. Woo. I remember my colonoscopy, John. They gave me that little bottle to drink. And you were damn well cleaned out. But you still want to go, right? And then they had the audacity to tell me, post colonoscopy, you have a little irritation down there. Well, no shit. I've been wiping for 24 hours. Oh man. just got home from the bottle with 167 millimeters. There you go. All right, guys. So moving on. Let's move on to this topic that I have introduced last weekend, and I think it's a very positive thing. Yes, as my witch is going outside crazy. We got a little 20-foot witch and is talking right now. It's kind of creepy. Like, come fly with me, little kids. But, oh, I'm sorry, Rob. I just saw Rob's comment here. He said, San Francisco is the best team in football. It's not debatable. However, I think they're in a tough game next week versus Cleveland. The Browns are coming off a bye, and the San Francisco 49ers have to fly across the country. The Browns have had a top 3 defense in the NFL and be looking for a dub at home to keep pace with the North. Intriguing game. Listen, Rob, you are exactly right. Not only are the Browns coming off a bye, they're coming off a loss versus the Baltimore Ravens. A loss that was a very humbling experience, right? DTR, welcome to the NFL, right? Deshaun Watson has had a week to heal that shoulder. Maybe he got a massage. Maybe he's starting to loosen up a little bit. This is a huge game for the Cleveland Browns. And this is almost a trap game for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, they do have a fairly favorable schedule moving forward. I don't want you guys to get that twisted whatsoever, but their schedule for the San Francisco 49ers is very favorable for them because they do play the Browns, Vikings, Bengals, and Jaguars. Now, it does get a little harder once November does hit. They play the Buccaneers, Seahawks, Eagles, and Seahawks back-to-back weeks there. So this is going to kind of be the dog days of summer for the 49ers coming up, right? They've started off 5-0. Huge wins. Huge win over the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to be on cloud 9 all week long. Kyle Shanahan might even let them have Tuesday off, right? And then you do play a 1 o'clock game on the East Coast, so that's like 9 o'clock in your body. So, yeah, Rob, you are exactly right, man. You are exactly right. Laura Johnson's in the chat says, White Monsters cheers. Yeah, hashtag monster there. So, 3 great monsters out there, Laura. We have, I like the pink one. I think it's called like Punch or something, Fruit Punch or something crazy like that. I like the orange Dreamsicle, and then white is like my number 3 favorite there. So, yes, cheers to the White Monster 100%. All right, guys, so it is time to jump on some bandwagons here. So, week 5 was full of some good games. Last week, we were jumping on the Texans bandwagon. I'm like, hey, I'm all in on the Texans. I like them. They lost. I was all in on the Indianapolis Colts. They did win, but Anthony Richardson is out for at least a month with a grade 3 AC sprain on his shoulder. Imagine that. This guy's injured for the 3rd time in 3 games. Crazy. But this is a team that we have been talking about as like, oh, it is time to either shut up, or show up or shut up. This team has been hobbled on one leg all season long. And last night versus the Arizona Cardinals, this Cincinnati Bengals team finally looked like a form of their selves. This team finally started to come together, looked a little healthy, right? And that is the Cincinnati Bengals, guys. It is time to jump on the Cincinnati Bengals bandwagon. With the Ravens loss on Sunday, the AFC North is wide open. The Bengals are still in last place, sitting at 2-3, but they looked good. They looked healthy. Joe Burrow looked at least 80%. Jamar Chase goes off. 15 catches, franchise record, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. And they didn't even have T. Higgins in there. Guys, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be A-okay. After seeing what I saw on Sunday versus the Arizona Cardinals, a good Arizona Cardinals team, let's not get it twisted. Let's get excited about the Cincinnati Bengals again. Let's get excited. They have a chance to win the North still. They have a chance to go to the playoffs still. Now, it's very unlikely. You know, history proves that when you start the season off 1-3, you don't make the playoffs very often, but there is 18% chance still. So jumping on the bandwagons of the Cincinnati Bengals, guys, they will be A-okay. Guys, do you believe in the Cincinnati Bengals moving forward? Do you think they have a chance to win the NFC North? Let's talk about it in the comments, guys. Have a healthy discussion, bada bing, bada boom. Next up, I never thought this was going to utter out of my mouth this season. I've been talking down on this team. I've been dogging their fans all season long. Every after-hours show, XD Gamer wants to come to the chat and talk up his Jaguars. He had Jason, his brother, come in and start talking it, and it was just crazy. But, guys, Jacksonville Jaguars beat down the Buffalo Bills on Sunday morning. Yes, they did have back-to-back London games. They had that advantage. But the simple fact of the matter is that defense showed up. The defense held the Buffalo Bills in check, and that defense has been playing sus all season long, and finally, they did step up and play. Now, I want to jump on this bandwagon. I want to be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but the simple fact of the matter is I can't yet. Show me that you can win in the States. Yes, they are 2-0 overseas this season, 3-2 on the season, right? But show me that you can do that in the States. Show me that you can do that in Jacksonville. Show me that you can do that in Buffalo. Now, they did play well versus the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills team that we're like, oh, Super Bowl, baby. Look at them. They beat down the mighty Miami Dolphins. It is time to flex on them. But the simple fact of the matter is we need to slow it down. So the bandwagon is coming around the bend. It's on turn 4, getting ready to stop at the train. And it's going to stop here at week 6, and I'm going to either jump on or jump off. But right now, I'm watching the train. I'm looking at the ticket booth. Should I buy a ticket or should I not? Week 6 is going to be huge for the Jacksonville Jaguars moving forward, guys. Would you jump on the Jacksonville Jaguars bandwagon right now, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Let me jump into the comments here a little bit. They need an offense, though, says John about the Cleveland Browns. Yes, the Cleveland Browns offense is terrible right now. Good God. Laura says strawberry one is great, and the white is hands down the best of the monsters. Yes, speak, Laura. Speak the truth. She says, I am a Vikings fan, so I can talk about anything. We are going to talk about your Minnesota Vikings coming up here, Laura, in way or no way, as my Kansas City Chiefs did beat your Minnesota Vikings, but did the refs help them? We will talk about that. Moving forward. It's a great team. Just something isn't working this year, and she means that for the Cincinnati Bengals. What's not working for the Cincinnati Bengals is the simple fact of the matter that Joe Burrow was hurt. Joe Burrow was at maybe 50%. 50% at best, right? Now he's had time to heal. All of the repercussions of, the treatment are starting to pay off a little bit. Once the bye week hits, I feel the Cincinnati Bengals may not lose a game after that point. They'll be just fine. Slow it down. Let's buy into some Cincinnati Bengals. Jump on that bandwagon. My ticket is punched, and I am jumping on. John says they are in their heads above a great team, Jaguars. They are in their heads above a great Jaguars team. John, you want to try to re-say what you're trying to say there, big guy? Because I can't try to make it out. I'm not for sure. Laura says no, only because I'm a diehard Vikings fan. John says yes, the referees did help the Chiefs win the game versus the Vikings, which is a false statement. But hey, let's move on. Let's move on to the infamous 3 and out. Is that the 3 and out music? That'll be up. Damn, spell check, says John. Listen, John, we are all men here. And what you need to do as a man, we have this little microphone at the bottom right of our screen. You can push on it and you can speak to text. That has saved my life so many times because my family, I am the worst speller in the world. I use worst and worst all the time. Use it wrong all the time. Sometimes on purpose just to get their goat. But when I'm like trying to be professional, I gotta use who is the worst team in the NFL? Like, you have to use these speech to text. It has been a lifesaver. And as a guy that can't spell, that is me. But guys, I'm gonna give you guys 3 and out. 3 and out on this beautiful Monday morning, October 9th, 2023, 10:30 a.m. on the East Coast time here, guys. And the first 3 and out, it is trending up. Trending up. And that is the Miami Dolphins running game. Devon Achane has 3 straight 100-yard games now. Last Sunday, he rushed for 11 times for 151 yards on Sunday. This man is single-handedly the best player on the Miami Dolphins right now. Yes, they do have a prolific running game. They have Waddle, they have Hill, they have Tua. But this running game will take them as far as they want to go. If they continue to feed this man the ball over and over and over and over, Super Bowl, baby. Super Bowl for the Miami Dolphins. Next up, on the trending up, Philadelphia Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert. This man is trending up. Yes, the Eagles do have A.J. Brown. Yes, they do have Devontae Smith. But Dallas Goedert, 8 catches, 117 yards versus the L.A. Rams. He is the unsung hero for the Philadelphia Eagles. If the Philadelphia Eagles want to make a repeat of their Super Bowl run, give Dallas Goedert the ball. Give that man the ball. Let the kid eat. Next up on the trending up, I didn't think I would say this, but Desmond Ridder is trending up. Desmond Ridder had 329 total yards on Sunday versus the Houston Texans, 2 touchdowns, and he rushed for 1 as well. A win over the Houston Texans, as I said. Guys, Desmond Ridder is finally starting to come into his own. He's starting to figure out the offense. He's starting to understand the NFL game, I think. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to buy into some Desmond Ridder. But he is trending up. Now, trending down. 3 and out on the trending down. It does not get much uglier than Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers right now. The Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young got beat down by the Detroit Lions. They tried to make a comeback in the fourth quarter, but let's just be honest, the Lions were like, whatever. You do what you got to do. We'll just score more points than you in the fourth quarter as well. But Bryce Young, trending down. Put no more stock into this guy whatsoever. He is not a very good quarterback. Simple fact of the matter, he's not very good. He needs to sit it down. Hell, even on 4th and 1, they bring in Andy Dalton to run a quarterback sneak. He can't even run a quarterback sneak. Bryce Young, trending down. Next up, trending down is Mac Jones. Mac Jones was benched for the second time in back-to-back games. And Bill Belichick's quote, they need to press the reset button and rebuild. Guys, it is not all about Mac Jones being that bad. The supporting cast isn't that good. The play calling isn't that good. But compound that with the play of Mac Jones, it's going to be a long season for the New England Patriots. Long season. They are trending down. Next up on the trending down, the 3 and out here is the LA Rams. I was starting to get high on the LA Rams. I thought, man, maybe they could just win one game. They might get in the right way. Cooper Kupp was coming back, but the simple fact of the matter is, guys, the LA Rams got a very, very tough schedule. It does not get any easier for them whatsoever. They battled the Philadelphia Eagles. They battled the 49ers. They battled the Colts. They beat the Colts, right? They beat the Seahawks. But at the end of the day, their schedule is just way too tough for the LA Rams. They are trending down. Get them out of here. Sorry, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. Troy Lancer's in the chat. That is a new name. Says Seahawks will stop them. Who are the Seahawks stopping? Seahawks stopping the 49ers? I guess we'll see in a few weeks when they play back weeks. Dallas Cowboys not trending at all, says John. They need to learn to score on offense. Yes, trending up is Travis Swift. Yes, Travis Swift is trending up. Mr. Kelsey Swift himself. They are hyphenating the names the last I knew. But, guys, it is time to get into some way or no way here. On this Monday edition of Man Hour NFL Talk, guys, we always talk way or no way here on Mondays, and Laura's like, no, I am tired of Tay-Tay. I don't like me no Tay-Tay. She said, get out of here with that crap. But let's talk about way or no way, guys. Way or no way is very, very simple here. We simply put out a statement there, and we'd say if it's way or if it's no way. Way, we agree with it, or no way, like, not so fast, my man. Not so fast. So what we need to talk about here, guys, on this beautiful way or no way here on the Monday morning edition of Man Hour Radio, Man Hour NFL Talk, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs winning over the Minnesota Vikings. The Kansas City Chiefs did hang on to beat the Minnesota Vikings 27-20 on the Sunday afternoon game, which you guys saw right here on Man Hour Facebook page and YouTube page. We did a live reaction show with the game playing in the back, so if you guys missed it, you can tune into that. We'll do that again next week as well. But, guys, the first question here, are the Kansas City Chiefs going to be a first-round exit in the AFC playoffs this season? Way or no way? So, guys, the Kansas City Chiefs are feeling, as a Chiefs fan, I feel like they are satisfied of what they've done in the past, right? I feel like they are a fed man, right? A wise man once told me long ago, a fed man no longer is a hungry man, meaning if you get what you've always wanted given to you, right? You get the girl, you get the money, you get the job, you get the car. You no longer have something that you want to work for that goal to work for, right? The majority of the Kansas City Chiefs have 2 Super Bowl rings. They have endorsement deals. They have commercials. They have this. They have the girl. They have the payday. They have everything that they wanted. And now they're full. They're satisfied. They're laying back saying, oh, girl that I bought rubbed my feet. I played hard on Sunday. I played 6 snaps and got like 3 missed tackles. I'm tired. Guys, the Kansas City Chiefs right now are a fed and full team. They are going to get a nice piece of humble pie coming up here very soon when they have 3 division games back to back to back. They play the Broncos on Thursday, then they play the Chargers, and they turn around and they play the Broncos again, and then they travel to Germany to play the Miami Dolphins. It is going to take a loss to one of those teams to really wake this team up. It is going to take a humiliating loss to wake them up. Now, when we say humiliating loss, I like to a team that they're supposed to beat. A team like the Broncos, a team like the Chargers, the team like the Raiders. Who else do they play? I think they play the don't they play the Houston Texans coming up as well? Like, it is going to take a team out there that they are supposed to beat, the Patriots, the Bengals, for them to really wake up, to really like, whoa, hold on. We need to show up and play. Now, in years past, we've seen it. First 7 weeks of the season, we've kind of seen them skate through, right? Relying on pure athletic ability to outmuscle the team, and then they kind of turn it on a little bit. Well, it's time for them to turning on in the post in the second half of the season. Look who they play: the Miami Dolphins in Germany. Going to be a tough game. Then they play the Eagles. And then they play the NFC North champions, Green Bay Packers. And then they play the Buffalo Bills. And then they play the Bengals. And then they play the Chargers. They have one of the hardest schedules moving forward. The Dallas Cowboys have the hardest schedule. They're like number 5 or number 6 are the Chiefs. So, guys, do I think they will be a first-round exit in the AFC playoffs? No way. I do not think there will be a first-round exit playoffs. Patrick Mahomes has never lost in the first round. Never lost in the second round. He is an AFC championship guy or bust. Now, I do think they might lose in the second round. I do think a team like the Cincinnati Bengals, Buffalo Bills, maybe the Dolphins can come up and bite them in the ass in the second round. In the first round, they're not going to get beat by the Colts. They're not going to get beat by the Houston Texans or the Jaguars. Some of their bottom feeder teams in the NFL, they're not going to lose to those guys. But they will lose to a top-tier team in the AFC. And that comes in the second round. So no way for me. John says, way. They will lose in the first round. No question about it. Laura Johnson says, way as well. Hedrick. Little hyphenated name there. I love it. She says, way. And then she says, comes out and wants to say, Mahomes has the best. Mahomes has beat every team. Now what's next? What's next is I don't know. They own a Major League Baseball team. They own a soccer team. He restructured his contract to become the highest paid NFL player. You are exactly right, Laura. What is next for Mahomes, right? You have to have that inner Tom Brady that somebody was talking bad about your wife. Somebody was dogging you, saying that you couldn't make that pass. You are going to have to find that inner Tom Brady, that inner Kobe Bryant, right? You are going to have to find that. John thinks the Miami Dolphins will beat them in 4 weeks. Might, maybe. We will see how the Miami Dolphins are playing at that point. John says, never say never, Buck. Never say never. I never say never, do I? Did I never say that? I never meant to never say never. Moving on. Let's talk about the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears got their first win of the season in Week 5 on Thursday Night Football versus the Washington Commanders. I believe it was 42-20 was that final score. Justin Fields looked like an MVP caliber quarterback. If you listen to any Chicago sports talk radio show right now, they are on cloud 9 with Justin Fields. He is here, baby. We've been talking about this all offseason. They're pounding their chest. They're like, I'm like, oh, this is what we're going to do now. Justin Fields wins one game. Now 6-23 as a starter. Congratulations, man. But now we're going to put the MVP back talk on Justin Fields. So, guys, where no way are the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields back? Are they a contender in the NFC North? Justin Fields, guys, has a lot of athletic ability as a quarterback. He has a lot of athletic ability. I will give him that. He has the ability to really take the game under his belt, right? However, Matt Eberflus and the Chicago Bears are trying to make him something that he's not. The Chicago Bears offensive play calling is trying to make Justin Fields something that he is not. And that is a pocket quarterback. I saw a stat where Justin Fields has 6 or more design runs. He has a better winning percentage when he doesn't. I mean, it's only one game, but still, when you only win 6 games in the NFL and 4 of them, you have 6 design runs or more, you are obviously run the damn ball, right? Give us a little bit of Michael Vick, a little bit of Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, somebody, right? But the simple fact of the matter is, guys, that the Chicago Bears do have an easy-ass schedule moving forward. They do play a team like the Vikings. Sorry, Laura, but your Vikings are just not very good right now. And JJ could miss several weeks with his knee injury. They're still doing an MRI to figure out what exactly is wrong with his knee, but he could be out for the rest of the season. And if that happens, good Lord, the Minnesota Vikings are not going to be very, very good. Then, John, they play your Raiders. Not very good. And then they play a Chargers team that we don't know if they're good or bad. They're so bipolar, we don't even know. Then they play a good Saints team, a terrible Panthers team, and then they play a Lions team. Jay, your boys. And then they play the Vikings again and Browns and Cardinals. Very favorable schedule. But Justin Fields is not that guy. Justin Fields is not that guy. They've been trying to place blame on somebody else, everybody but Justin Fields, everybody but Matt Eberflus moving forward. They got Chase Claypool out of town. They said, you're the issue, man. Get out of town. So now, when they lose again, when they lose to the Minnesota Vikings next week, 1 o'clock on Fox, who are you going to blame then? When they lose to the Raiders the following week on 1 o'clock on Fox, who are you going to blame then? And then when you lose to the Chargers on Sunday Night Football and get humiliated What are you going to do then? At what point is Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus the issue in Chicago? Chicago Bears fans, media, Brandon Beastie Collins, my boy. Stop talking up the Chicago Bears. No way. No way are they going to win another game in the NFL. No way is Justin Fields even going to throw for over 200 yards. No way is DJ Moore going to catch an 8-yard hitch route again for 80 yards. It's just not going to happen. The Bears are not them. Bears are not them at all. John says, no way. Laura says, I can't go way or no way. With that, because I haven't paid attention. Who wants to pay attention to the Chicago Bears anyways? Let's just be flat out honest. Who wants to pay attention to the Chicago Bears? Jim Powell is in the chat. Says, whoa. Don't be talking down about my Raiders. Got a big game tonight. Green Bay Packers. John says he's sniffing glue again. I'm playing with my Ninja Turtle swords, man. Damn kids. Laura says, wait. Do not jinx that for the Vikings. Vikings will lose. Just say it. Vikings and Bears do play next week. That is a very intriguing game. Bottom feeders of the North Division right now. We'll see who can come out on top and not be last in the division. But guys, that is going to be it for tonight. Let me guys ask you this question here though before we head out. Who do you got tonight? Who do you have tonight? Green Bay Packers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you guys got? I want to pick the Raiders. I do. I want to pick the Raiders to win. But the last I knew, Jimmy G was out again. So AOC, Adrian O'Connell, making a second start versus the Green Bay Packers. Got a lot of Raiders fans. Raiders. No pack, no. Raiders. Give me Green Bay Packers, baby. Where's my cheesehead? Must be inside still. Give me the Green Bay Packers by 10. 30-20. Jordan Love throws 4 touchdowns tonight. 4. And they go for a 2-point conversion just because they can. 40-20. Raiders. Josh McDaniels gets fired by the end of the night. His wife makes him do that. I cannot confirm or deny that. Laura's going with Green Bay. John's got the Raiders. Jay's got the Raiders. Jim's got the Raiders. All right, guys. That's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow, we are bringing those a new segment in. Bringing another new segment in. See what you guys like it. Them kids you in. No, my kids last night did a kidney punch, and oh Lord, I am sore today. I got a bruise where Tripp was drop kicking me in the kidneys for like 10 minutes straight. We out, guys. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, 10 a.m. East Coast time, live, raw, uncut NFL talk, and I'm going to be pissed tomorrow. We're going to go in on the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Vikings a lot more. We got to go in on that game. See you guys tomorrow.